Alright. Oh, I know what it is, but I'm gonna do it anyway. How's everyone doing this wonderful Sunday? I decided to put this display in front of the screen in order to just focus on the message. Yeah, I will be doing some reading and some talking within this live. So I guess I'm going to get started. Oh yeah, before I get started, the purpose of me wanting to do this is because I just wanted to share some information with you guys. And also before I conclude this video, I'm going to, or should I say live? I'm going to share a journal reading with you guys. I think I wrote it back in 2018. But we shall see. Let me see. I had it. Look, this. Yeah, it's in 2018. I just wanted to, just share that before I got started. Okay, so here we go. It says, free yourself from inner slavery. From birth, you were born into bondage. Stop feeding the system that enslaves you. When you look outside of yourself, you are being controlled to keep you separate from your own energies. The energies that surround you don't want you to expose them, so problems are created to keep you in a dualistic reality. You have to be careful of who you surround yourself with because you're dealing with energies and not the actual individual itself. Energies are very manipulative, and unfortunately, we are suspecting we are dealing with the remembrance of the character and not of a strange, unfamiliar entity. We all are only conduits, meaning receivers, for the energies. There is no such thing as being good or bad. We are constantly shifting throughout our moments of present awareness. As spiritual beings, we are to truly know ourselves. The original soul consciousness. We are constantly in a trance like unconscious state, like we are hypnotized. When we are not aware of who we are and what's our purpose on this planet. Mind control is simply within unconscious beings. They are more susceptible to outer programming. You are your ancestors. Energy never dies, only changes form. All energies relive through us, as us if we allow them to. As us if we allow them to. The controlling energies desire that all beings in physical bodies would forever forget their original state and that they would turn into empty vessels, carrying energies only for their gain. Create your own spiritual beliefs. Create your own observation around significant events in your own life. Millions of people are affected by the ritualistic observation of a culture that has dominated this matrix to the point that it has become embedded in the conscious of many. There is no real number one. Okay, I'm not going to read that. In our consciousness, what has been encoded is number one, is the king. The king is the only one. It is the highest one. No one is like it. However, that is a program. One wants to be zero. We as humans, spiritual beings, have been programmed with codes that has locked us into a reality we believe to be real, as far as how we allow ourselves to accept that another individual or group has authority over our experiences within mind, the spiritual world, the real matrix. The force of will to raise ourselves to a higher mental key will, while shutting out any depressing thoughts, taking up only the vibrations corresponding with our changed mental attitude. Building our mental characters and making ourselves over, building our mental keynotes so that we may get the benefits of the positive thought waves of others on the same plane of thought. We are constantly making affirmations. The man that asserts that he can and will do a thing and assert it earnestly develops in himself the qualities conducive to the well doing of that thing. And at that same time, place his mind in the proper key to receive all the thought waves likely to help him in the doing. If on the other hand, one feels and says that he is going to fail, he will choke and smother the thoughts coming from his own subconscious mentality, which are intended to help him at the same time will place himself in tune with the failure thought of the world. And there is plenty of the latter kind of thought around. Cult of devil worship. They allow themselves to be affected by the adverse and negative thoughts of those around them. They dwell on the lower planes of the thought and are immune to their own negative vibrations. They are in tune with the great body of weak negative thoughts. coming from those of their own plane of development. They are at the mercy of the old automatic action of the mind, therefore, is a slave well under the weak negative thoughts control. Remember, when you are positive, you give out expressions. When you are receptive, you take in impressions. Positive, you are a teacher. Receptive, a pupil. Man has but one mind, but he has many mental faculties, each faculty being capable of functioning along two different lines of mental effort. There are no distinct dividing lines separating the two several functions of a faculty, but they shade into each other, as do the colors of the spectrum. Any active effort of any faculty of the mind is the result of a direct impulse imparted at the time of the effort. The active effort is a newborn, fresh. But the passive effort is of less recent creation is often the result of vibratory impulses and imported and ages long past. I don't know what that was. The active effort makes its own way, brushing aside the unnecessary and gaining strength from its path. The obstructing stones. The obstructing stones. The passive efforts travel along the beaten path. A thought impulse or emotion impulse, originally caused by an active effort or faculty, may become, by continued repetition or habit, strictly automatically. The impulse given it by the repeated active effort developing a strong momentum which carry it on along passive lines until stopped by another active effort or its direction changed by the same cause. The active functions create changes or destroys. The passive functions carries on the work given it by the active functions and obeys orders and suggestions. The active functions produces the thought habit or motion habit and imparts to it the vibrations which carry it on along a passive line thereafter. The active functions also has the power to send forth vibrations which neutralizes the momentum of the thought habit or motion habit. It is also able to launch a new thought habit or motion habit with stronger vibrations which overcomes and absorbs the first thought or motion and substitutes the new one. All thought impulses are motion impulses. Once started on their errands, continue to vibrate along passive lines until corrected or terminated by subsequent impulses, imparted by the active functions or other controlling power. The continuance of the original impulses adds momentum and force to it and renders its corrections or terminations more difficult. This explains that which is called the force of habit. The force within society, insecurity. In an insecure society debates anyone who represents a minority, in this case, the witches. When you think of a typical image of a witch, you think of them maybe as casting a spell or doing something magical, but in reality, the majority of their work is not about magic, but it is about ritual, which is a different ceremony. Now, as far as magic is concerned, their magic is not power within itself. The power it does exercise is a power of suggestion and the power that it has over others in a psychological way. But you must not underestimate that kind of power because it can be as real as anything else. What is the matrix? It is the world that has been pulled over your eyes to blind you from the truth, the machine world. What truth? That you are a slave, that your whole life has been a lie. Enlightenment is piercing the veil of the illusion of what the world has become. However, when you are following your purpose, the matrix is losing its grip over you because you are letting go of the illusion. And you are stepping into your true authenticity, which is the truth of who you really are. Fear is nothing holding you back anymore. You've conquered yourself to the point that you have realized that every experience is an opportunity for you to set up you. Stages for your play. This world is a mental world matrix ran only by the individual or groups that focus upon the same reality. We create our reality by writing our own reality show script that fits the program we desire to experience. Nothing more. Everything else is only an illusion you have been taught is real. Once you believe an idea, you are programmed to experience what the inner knowing. To experience that inner knowing. I'm going to read that again. It says, once you believe an idea, you are programmed to experience that inner knowing. We create all of our experiences, whether conscious or unconscious. This is why it is so important to know thyself. You have to have the courage, the strength, and your inner power to stay true to who you are. Because that's what the machine matrix is all about. Mentality. Cloning individuals to do the dirty work of their agenda, it will. When you have no purpose, no guidance, and no clarity of what you would like to experience, you will always be in willing objects to be used. Negativity can only affect you if you are vibrating on the same frequency. Rise higher. Stay in your heaven. You are the only God that resides there unless you share your kingdom amongst others like minded creators. Expansive energy that connects to expansive opportunities to experience the fullness of life, the divine creator within. Taking score mode or the receiving mode, I am making this up. The key to this deliberate creation mode is to know the difference between being in the receiving mode of your source energy or not. Don't take anything too serious that is coming to you or occurring to you when you are not in the receiving mode. Example, when someone is criticizing you or hurts your feelings, don't pay attention to it because it is not coming from a reliable source. When you observe, excuse me, when you observe a problem of some sort or you have a strong question that you don't know the answer to, you know what you want, but you don't know where or when or how or who, you have a lot of missing pieces to it. And when you're in that sort of asking mode, you're not in a position as long as you're asking the questions to really hear. You've got to put the same distance between the vibration of your asking and the vibration of your receiving. Spend less time in the asking mode and more time in the receiving mode, which means be more rested, be more nicer to yourself, take good care of yourself, keep yourself feeling good, and acknowledging that you are in the receiving mode. I am so comfortable right now. Anything that you can do to acknowledge your comfort or your well being is a pathway to the receiving mode. Usually, when people are making their desires happen, it is only because they are feeling the abundance that is within them, and their focus is only on receiving that is already theirs. You have an abundance of happiness, joy, wealth, and appreciation for self. Therefore, law of attraction gives to you more of what you are focusing on. Law of attraction gives you more of what you are focusing on. Clarity is within the eye of the beholder. Doubt is within the one who is constantly keeping score of what others are doing, how others are perceiving their vibration, how others are manifesting their inner knowings, which is resistance to the path of abundance. And this causes them to focus on lack, worry, insecurity, and judgment based upon ignorance of others' opinion. No one knows your power except for you. Allowing others to manipulate who you are is always going to cause a feeling of fear because you will be always waiting for the next approval of the drifters, which knows nothing about your power. Be you unapologetically. Be you. Live your magnificent life. If you are awake, you are always in the receptive mode. Keep yourself as close to alignment as you can so that when you are in the vicinity of thoughts, which is always you, are picking up on the ones that are beneficial to you. Let me read that again. Keep yourself as close to the keep yourself as close to alignment as you can so that when you are in the vicinity of thoughts, which is always you are picking up on the ones that are beneficial to you. So if a stream of thought comes about things you don't like, or things you feel critical of, or things that need to be changed, or things that are really bothering you, it's a good time to take a nap or to at least change whatever you're focused upon because that means for whatever reason you got focused into a different vibrational frequency, and now what you're receiving is that resistance thought that is not beneficial to you. There's nothing urgent happening. There's nothing serious going on. You're just gradually tuning yourself more and more to the frequencies of your source who will always guide you. If you are not focused, let's say that you enter a room, let's say it's a party or a gathering, and you have not deliberately focused yourself into alignment, but you usually focus on empowerment. This is your set point. This is usually where you are. People who know you as uplifting, high minded, and high energy, vibrant being feeling good most of the time. It's logical that when you walk into that environment, you're gonna find the best that the environment has to offer. You never have to work hard at being yourself. You only work hard when you deny yourself of who you truly are. It's not the thoughts that you should be worrying about. It's being aware of your emotions or your feelings. That sets the stage of your point of attraction. Who you perceive yourself to be is based upon who you are within. How you feel about you. Nothing else matters. Train your perception to translate the world. Fall in love with your life. Start telling the life, start telling the life treats, start telling the life treats me good story. Law of attraction is very clever, very consistent in letting you know what's active in your vibration. Just by directing thought, you can learn to activate a vibration of abundance. That abundance will just find you no matter where you are and no matter what you are doing. How about that? When you let nice people activate, when you get nice people activated in your vibration, that those nice people will find you no matter what you're doing. No matter what you're doing, no matter where you are. You cannot receive something that's different from the vibration that's going on within you. I'm going to read that again. You cannot receive something that's different from the vibration that's going on within you. How do you know what vibration is going on within you? Look at your life. I've been saying it, y'all. That's why I said I'm just gonna do a reading, and if anything it resonates with you, hey, that's great. It's just a reading. Just share some information with y'all because I got a lot of information, which I already been talking about it, but I just wanted to read it. If your life is going well, then you are offering abundance. Let me read that again. If your life is going well, then you are offering abundance vibration. On the other hand, if your life is not going so well, then you are offering lack vibration. You then have to clean up your vibration resistance to who you are. Every time you tell a story about how it used to be, how you want it to be, how you just can't seem to get it right with your life, you are focusing on lack by telling this story. I'm going to read this again. Every time you tell a story about how it used to be, how you want it to be, how you just can't seem to get right with your life, you are focusing on lack by telling this story. You have to tell a different story about your now. You must see your life in the eyes of your inner source. You must believe that the universe provides for you and is always guiding you to your next self-prophesied experience. You got to start telling the prosperity story until you feel it before prosperity can be your experience. You got to start telling the life treats me good story. And the more you tell that story, the more facts you will have to back that up. Everything is perceptual. And as you tell the story the way you want to live it, as you begin to extract from your past experience the best pieces of it, as you explore through the now and look for the best pieces of it. Creating the most incredible life that anyone could ever live is about looking from wherever you are for the best thing that you can find and putting it in your vibrational reality, meaning your mind, your vibrational reality exists within your mind. It's about being willing to ignore what is. It's about being willing to ignore what is. Now I'm gonna put this in the chat box. Let me see, can I find it? It says, let me get some music going while I type this in. I already got it set up.
Scriptures when I breathe on a beat. My presence speak for you before I say a word. I'm everywhere. Penthouse, pavement, and curb. Cradle to the grave, so for teacher of a shell. Universal killer life, holla black, you know it well. Quiet storm, vital form, pin push the right across. Mine is a vital force, high lower right across. Soul is the lion's your voice is the siren. I swing round, ring out, and bring down the tyrant. Chop a small axe and knock a giant lopsided. The world is so dangerous, there's no need for frightened. The sucker shine high like the sugar won't find them. Sun bust through the cloud, declare they remind them it's everywhere. Penthouse, pavement, and curb. Cradle to the grave, talk all the children of a show. Universal killer like holla black, you know what it is. You know, they know what it is. We know, y'all know what it is. Ecstatic, it is. What it is, you know, we know what it is. They know, y'all know what it is. You know, here it is. What it is, you know, we know what it is. They know, y'all know what it is. Yeah. What it is, yeah. Jean, 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 Jean,
All right. So we got that in that chat box. Yes, yes. So it says it's about being willing to ignore what is, stopping the criticism, never mind the things you don't want while you explore your moment to moment environment for things worthy of giving to your future self to enjoy within your now. To enjoy within your now. Oh yeah, by the way, don't forget the webinar we having June the 24th. June the 24th, which is a Friday. We're gonna have one around 2 o'clock. Well, it will be 2 p.m. Central Standard Time and 8 p.m. Central Standard Time. I'm doing two because I'm not going to let them stay on YouTube. I am going to have that on my website once it gets finished. Yeah. Okay, so we got that. And as you orient yourself in that way, it won't be a week before you'll start announcing to yourself things have improved. And it won't be a month before you start to acknowledge things I wanted for a long time have made their presence known to me. And by this time next year, you will be saying out loud to anyone who will hear, I know the secret of life. The secret of life is remembering my worthiness and gravitating to that knowledge of well being. Always activate within yourself a vibration that will keep you from attracting so much of the lack vibration. Always activate within yourself a vibration that will keep you from attracting so much of the lack vibration. And let me put that in there too, real quick.
Tripping off the beat, kinda dripping off the meat grind, the heat, nine, the stripping, pimping, soft, sweet, minor, China was a neat sign of trouble with the script, digits, double dip, bubble lip, subtle lips, midget, borderline, sort of fine, put the ground, put the wine, put it on, let's go. Ever since 10-11, glad he made a brother. Then it's last down 7, alligator 7, at the gates of heaven, knocking, no answer. Hopeless romancer, dopeless rostancer, yes, no. Metal face of destro, yes, yo, still incredible at escrow. Just say yo, I'll test the yo, Wild West style fish, y'all best to lay low. Hey yo, Set the debt paid over before the cheddar get away. Better get paid cold. The most hated God, the perpetrated odd favors demonstrated in the perforated rod labors. In all quad flavors. Lord save us. Still back in the game like Jack LaLanne. Think you know the name, don't rack your brain. Don't rack your brain. Still back in the game like Jack LaLanne. Think you know the name, don't rack your brain.
All right. Okay, so moving on. To anyone who has lived a hard life, you have created a vibrational escrow that is moving so fast, and your feelings of relief will be more obvious than anyone you know. When you turn your attention away from a place of strong resistance, you feel the relief in a powerful way. It is actually easier to recover from something deadly than it is to get over something minor. It says it's actually easier to recover from something deadly than it is to get over something minor. Wow. Because the deadly things has put so much power in vibrational escrows. And your willingness to feel good is the only requirement. There is nothing that you cannot be or do or have. There is nothing that you need ever to be deprived of again. This universe is resilient and filled with the abundance to serve you. Everything is created for your success. However, wherever you are is good. Within your now is the moment that only exists. Everything else is the creation of remembrance, your past life. How will you enjoy your present life now? I'm going to read this whole thing again. Within your now is the moment that only exists. Everything else is the creation of remembrance, your past life. How will you enjoy your present life now? Each moment of your existence was created just for you. Do you believe it? Effort in a relationship to the path of least resistance. If you are efforting, then that means you haven't done the vibrational work. Your work is tuning yourself to the frequency of not only to who you are, but also to everything you want. Your job is to focus. Mhm. Your job is to focus.
Still back in the game like Jack LaLanne. Think you know the name, don't rack your brain on the fast track to have insane. Whether a slow flow or act, the speed or rap, the cane, laughter, pain. Doing bomb hits in the booth with the best host. He sat it again, mad at the pen. A tad fat and a bad head for men. Wine and cinnamon, Manhattan warmongers. You can find the villain in satin. Congress. The van screeches, the cold hand reaches, the old man preaches, the cold hand reaches. The van creases, the old man preaches at the cold sand beaches, the cold hand reaches. The van screeches, the old man preaches at the gold sand beaches, the cold hand reaches for the old tan delicious. The van screeches, the old man preaches, and the gold sand beaches, the cold hand reaches for the old tan Elises. Magnetic odds, feel together, come apart. Magnetic odds, come together. Magnetic odds, feel together, come apart. Magnetic odds, feel apart, come together. Yes, yes, y'all. To the beat, y'all. Feel free, y'all. Yo, Nate. Yes, yes, y'all. Join T, y'all. Feel free, y'all. Yes, magnetic flow is athletic. Dimensions of effective, understanding of kinetic. It is power, past pressure, and I'm asking y'all measure. You can play so whenever he is back. Stop forever to the first. Get pressure and it's just and step and a flaco. It's never and yes, a pure pleasure to rock.
All right, I'm back. I'm back. I just had to put all that in now, and I got to reread because I haven't the stuff I got in the chat box. I didn't even read that. So what it's saying is, it says, it is where you identify how you want to feel, even if you don't feel that way, and then you just find thoughts or statements or ideas you want to feel. You don't challenge yourself and new thought, or you don't try to reach for things you're not feeling. You just find something that already feels like you want to feel and focus on that long enough that then another thought will come to you that feels like you want to feel. And as you keep your attention on your present inner conditions, whatever emotion you are feeling within your now, before you know it, you will be feeling the way you want to feel. And then you make this final statement of how you feel. This focuses you into alignment. If you are efforting, it's like this analogy. Deciding that you will socialize today, and since the rendezvous hasn't came, you're going to create it by going up to a random stranger who doesn't resonate with your vibrational frequency and forcing your opinions on another. Instead of understanding that you already created the rendezvous with your desire and that source, your higher self, already has this powerful energy moving to you, and that your role simply is to get in sync with that energy, with that power that is already there. It's just a matter of chilling and coming into your own sense of well being and worthiness. What happens is you find your alignment, and then your alignment produces the results, and your awareness of the results is what usually gives you that realization of who you really are. Things are always working out for you as you are looking for evidence of that. Affirmation. Okay, I'm gonna put that in now. I'm not gonna put the affirmation now. I'm gonna put affirmation. Affirmation. Today, oh, can't put it now. Today, I would like to see the evidence of things working out for me because the universe is yielding the evidence to you all day, every day. Because things are working out. But when you identify your attentions to see that things are always working out for you, then you will. So many people use their actions to try to create the momentum which you can. However, it is a very tiny part in relationships with your alignment current. So alignment then action brings in the results of your expecting, the results you're expecting. Inspiration comes from being in alignment. Your greatest work is always inspired action. Rediscover what is in your vibrational reality. I told you vibrational reality. Vibrational reality means what's going on within your mind. Actually, it's like a prophecy. Y'all know we prophesize over ourselves by saying, okay, this is what I'm going to do today. So your vibration reality, it has everything in there that you want, everything in there that you feel that you need to enjoy your life. And like I always say, people are probably don't be in agreement with how you want to do things, within your life, but that's not your business. Your business is you being in alignment with your intuitive side, meaning your higher self. That's your business. Okay, so deprogramming Illuminati sub realities. This is the poet right here. It's about unlocking who you are. That's what it's about. Deprogramming Illuminati sub realities. It's about unlocking who you are and manifesting your own creations. Throughout our atmosphere, we have certain types of frequencies floating around waiting to attach itself to our consciousness. I'm going to read that again. Throughout our atmosphere, we have certain types of frequencies floating around waiting to attach itself to our consciousness. Floating around waiting to attach itself to our conscious awareness. How these frequencies does this is by our thought frequencies and emotions vibration. We attract certain energies within this realm called Earth. The sub-programmers have constructed artificial frequencies to control our original thought frequency to create the reality that we are currently living in today. There are no one entity that controls another entity. I'm gonna read that again. There are no one entity that controls another entity. It is only through manipulation of frequencies that we believe we are who we believe we are. I'm gonna read that again. What is happening? It is only through manipulation of frequencies that we believe we are who we believe we are. However, the truth is we are vibrational frequency energy that is experiencing this dimension within our energies. We each call upon our energy field, everything we have been receiving and will continue to experience throughout this mind matrix opportunity called life. The sub programmers wants everyone in a zombie like state so that they can interact with our consciousness as the controller of the body. Therefore, using the energy of our consciousness to create however they wish. Unfortunately, with us being unconscious of who we are and where we are dead. We have allowed the controlling energies to attach itself to our consciousness as its own. Therefore, using our experiences as their own to create our own imprisonment by focusing upon only frequencies that they program us with. All legal contracts we have freely consented to was actually us admitting to ourselves that we have consciously given away our consciousness to be used at their disposal. What does disposal mean? Disposal means the power or authority to make use of as one chooses. The power or authority to dispose the free will of sovereign spiritual beings. Disposal. Oh, the power or authority to make use of as one chooses. Disposal. The power or authority to dispose the free will of sovereign spiritual beings. We are dead to them. We are within the sub program, the sub reality. The universal language is sound, shape, and color. Every sound has a shape and a color. Every shape has a sound and a color. And every color has a shape and a sound. The external world we live within is only our perception. It's only our perception of who we think we are. I'm going to read that again. The external world we live within is only our perception of who we are. Now, I'm going to put it in the chat box. So, let me get the music.
Radio sucker never play me. Triple shade of black that my bleach should never fade me. They say he crazy, New York raised him in the 80s. Killer Koch administration, gangster renovation. Born in isolation, Asian ill communication. Asian marble, fiber optic, pestilential, microscopic soul. Radio sucker never play me. Triple shade of black, now my bleach should never fade me. They say he crazy, New York raised them in the 80s. Killer Koch administration, gangster renovation. Born in isolation, Asian ill communication. Asian marble, fiber optic, pestilential, microscopic soul. Sonic remedy, clinic right in the street. Operating in the dark, surgery with the heart. Come together, pill apart, come together. Smoke on something good, praying for something better. From out of better, never rocking for forever, ever, 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 warm-blooded, cold gun money. The chief rocker cool and check the Zulu horsepower. The bucky Yes, You're rocking with the depth, you're rocking with the fresh, you're rocking with the best, you are rocking with the yes. Now you are rocking with the best, you're rocking with the depth, you are rocking with the fresh. It's the yes, you are rocking with the best, you are rocking with the fresh, you are rocking with the depth, you are rocking with the yes. Now you are rocking with the best, you're rocking with the fresh, you are rocking with the depth. It's the yes. Zulu, big bird flying down in the mountain pass. Only thing to survive the crash. Black radio. You wanna fly free, go far and fast. Built to last, we made this craft. From black radio, black radio, black radio. Black radio, yo, black radio, black.
Okay, so we're back. Yeah, so as you can see, it says the external world we live within is only our perception of who we are, who we think others are, and what we believe we are experiencing within an atmosphere called Earth. How do we see? Seeing is an act. What we are seeing within the physical eye are only programs, symbols that has been carefully explained to us as words. Now y'all know I gotta get that, and also I gotta use the restroom, so this gonna be like about 5 minutes right now for this little break.
You rockin', yes, you are rockin' with the depth, you are rockin' with the fresh, you are rockin' with the best, you are rockin' with the yes. Now you are rockin' with the best, you're rockin' with the fresh, you are rockin' with the yes. It's the yes, you are rockin' with the best, you are rockin' with the fresh, you are rockin' with the depth, you are rockin' with the fresh. Now you are rockin' with the best, you're rockin' with the depth, you are rockin' with the fresh. It's the yes, you're rockin' with the best, you're rockin' with the depth, you're rockin' with the best, you are rockin' with the yes. Now you are rockin' with the best, you're rockin' with the depth, you are rockin' with the best. It's the yes, yes, yeah.
got that in the box. Ah. So let's get it. All right. So it says the physical eyes are only programmed symbols that has been carefully explained to us as words. But the truth of the matter is it is only a frequency placed before our eyes. Do y'all see that? It is only a words or frequencies. Ah, words or frequency. Yes, they are words or frequency. But the truth of the matter is, it is only a frequency placed before our eyes that enters our consciousness, and however the consciousness remembers the object, as which in this case is a word, so shall it be. There ain't nothing but spells. Words are spells. Yes, indeed. That's why they call spelling words. Words are spells that has their own frequency. Mhm. So the reason why I'm doing this is because I feel like it's very important that we know these things before we feel like we just know exactly what we're doing. Words are spells that has their own frequencies. Okay. So it is only a frequency placed before our eyes that enter our consciousness, and however the consciousness remembers the object, as which in this case is a word, so shall it be. We have been programmed to interact with frequencies based upon words, sounds, and shapes, as well as colors. The act of seeing is a mental play. Mhm. The act of seeing is a mental play. All the images we view in our lives and all the events that we experience are actually experienced within our minds. All the images we view in our lives and all the events that we experience are actually experienced within our minds. When we see we are only looking at effects of frequencies reaching our eyes, formed within our consciousness, we are observing the frequencies in our mind. Within the brain atmosphere, it is very dark. What gives off the light is our attention to certain types of frequencies, the images, the symbols, the object, everything else such as sound, taste, touch, and touch are all perceived as thought frequencies. So the five senses are perceived as thought frequencies. The five senses are perceived as thought frequencies. Known as electrical signals. Oh, my stomach hurt. Known as electrical. Ooh, what did I do? didn't do that right. S-I-G-N, G-N, S-I. Known as electrical signature. Okay, known as electrical signals. Signals. I don't know why I can say signatures to the brain atmosphere. I love doing this. To the brain atmosphere. To the brain atmosphere. Okay, the brain functions within two operational controllers: the subconscious mind, the creator, and the conscious mind, the code master, co-creator. What did I just say? Oh. There is also a third function, but within this function, it is no longer the controller, but the receiver of code commands, which is unconscious mind. I'm going to read the top again. The brain functions within two operational controllers: the subconscious mind, the creator, and the conscious mind, the code master, the co-creator. We always been thinking that it's been our conscious mind, but it be our subconscious mind, the stuff that we really don't be conscious of, that be creating our life experiences. A lot of time when we have conscious thoughts, if we really knew how to receive great ideas instead of letting our environment or our life experiences tell us what to think, then we would be doing things differently. That's what I know. We would be doing things differently. But anyway, let's keep going. There is also a third function, but within this function is no longer the controller, but the receiver of code commands, which is unconscious mind. It is the receiver of commands, which is the mind, the unconscious mind, atmosphere, the pervading tone or mood of a place, situation, or work of art. The frequencies or tones envelope that extends from the conscious ocean, land of a mind, planet, outward into a space. I'm going to read that again. The frequencies or tones envelope that extends from the consciousness, the ocean. These are talking about forms of the mind as well. The ocean, the land of a mind, the planet, outward into space. Space, you know how when you watching some a radio show or either anything, it'll be like on air. Air is the space. Wind is the space. That's the space. Your mind, that space as well. In your environment, when you know that space, the atmosphere, that space, the external world inside our brain. Within the external world, we don't see things externally, we see them within the brain. Whatever we think we see are only electrical currents within our own mind. Everything is the mind's interpretation of electrical signals. When you observe anything, you are not actually there, it is inside of you. For instance, when you go outside, there is no outside. The outside has been constructed within your own mind. You seeing your body makes you think that you are inside of it. However, you must remember that your body too is an image formed inside your brain. The external world is nothing but a world of perception formed in our mind. However, since we cannot never reach the external world, how can we be sure that such a world exists? The only reality we cope with is the world of perception we live within our minds. We believe in the existence of objects just because we see and touch them, and they are reflected to us by our perceptions. However, our perceptions are only ideas in our minds. Thus, objects we captivate by perceptions are nothing but ideas. And these ideas are nowhere but in our minds. Since all this exists only in our minds, that it means that we are beguiled by deceptions when we imagine a universe and things to have an existence outside the mind. Sounds like solipsism. To imagine an object to have existence outside the mind is a deception. The perception we observe comes from an artificial source. It is possible to see this in the mind's eye. The alchemy of money. You are a liquid crystal superconductor of sound and light. If we are ever to escape this insanity cage, we must let go of the animal mind. Live entirely in spirit and live entirely free. That means simply giving and receiving freely, working together as a whole, moving humanity forward, thriving together as one. Live in truth and balance and harmony with self and balance and harmony with nature. Money is replication of thought currency. Money has no value. The whole art of alchemy is turning dirt into gold. Money is just printed gold. Hold up, money is just printed paper. So here's the alchemy of money. Money contains the frequency of everyone that has ever touched it and every transaction that it has ever been in. The energy of that transaction is within that currency transaction. Money is a door to different levels of consciousness. It is a portal to uphold a certain program. We have allowed ourselves to be manipulated by receiving an illusionary currency and spending it within a cycle of pornographic while selling our currency as spiritual being. Law of attraction quotes. Are your thoughts worthy of you? If not, now is the time to change them. You can begin right where you are right now. Nothing matters but this moment and what you are focusing your attention on. The discontent and frustration that you feel is entirely your own creation. Ignorance is bliss. The less you know, the more confident you can be in tackling things. I don't agree with that. Man moves in a world that is nothing more or less than his consciousness objectified. To get something different, you must do something different. The mind is the strongest tool we have to help us secure the riches within, the universe. What you seek is seeking you. Unless you know where you are going, then you will not know how to get there. Nothing can prevent your picture from coming into concrete, form except the same power which gave it birth, yourself. Wherever it is you are free Whatever it is you are feeling is a perfect reflection. Told y'all, the mirror, y'all go to mirror. Whatever it is you are feeling is a perfect reflection of what is in the process of becoming. Whatever you are feeling is a perfect reflection of what is in the process of becoming, meaning what is going to manifest before your eyes. You deserve all good things life has to offer. The predominant thought or the mental attitude is the magnet, and the law is that like attracts like. Through this most powerful law, your thoughts become things in your life. The only reason why people do not have what they want is because they are thinking more about what they don't want than what they do want. What are you thinking now is What you are thinking now is creating your future life. Your feelings are your greatest tool to help you create your life. Your thoughts determine your frequency, and your feelings tell you immediately what frequency you are on. The matrix is a system. What makes the system function is people choosing to work for money. You cannot set someone free if you are not free yourself. Never try to do anything that is outside of who you are. A forced smile is a sign of what feels wrong in your heart. So recognize it when it happens. Living a lie will reduce you to one. Living a lie will reduce you to one. A lie. Life is a creative energy that is used to create more life. Power. We must know how to use it consciously and definitely and for specific purposes. Prayer is a desire to reach out to something greater than we are. There is a higher power that responds to us, and it is natural for us to reach out from our ignorance into its enlightenment, from our weakness to its strength, from our darkness to its light. Inner knowledge is knowingness that lays hold over a power that actually exists. No one causes this power to respond as though it were a law operating for us. All who have had knowingness in this power have received an answer from it. And no matter what our mistakes may have been, we need not carry them along with us. Life will never ask what you have been doing, or what mistakes you have made, or how good or how bad you have been. When you know, life will give you what you ask for. When you know, life will give you what you ask for. There is an energy force within us who do all of the work for us. We have no power of our own. Just as an electric generator has no power of itself, but is merely an instrument through which a power that is caught from nature works this. The power that is within us is constantly directing our thought and acts, guiding us to peace and happiness and to success in living. The kingdom of knowingness, of acceptance and cooperation, the king of love, joy of happiness and success. The kingdom come, thy kingdom come, thy will be done. To express itself through us, the will of God is joy, peace, happiness, and abundance, health and love, and everything other thing that we have ever dreamt of. The solution to every problem in your life is this. Everything that is happening to you, no matter what it is an indication of your vibration. The solution, right, this ends it because this is for the next slide that I got. The solution to every problem. So this means we're gonna end the live now, but before I end the live, I'm gonna play some more music. But yeah, this is the next live, but it might be later on. Catch y'all later in the next live. Boo, 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 boo.
me for your hand. Clap. Come together. Come together. Come together. Oh. What is the love all? It got something to do with all being a man and handling your biz. What love got to do with it? Actually, I seen this already. You know what love is. Say it with me one time. You know what love is. Run it down. Huh. What is the love all? It got something to do with being a man and handling your biz. What love got to do with it? XSV is already. You know know what love is. Say it with me one time, you know what love is. Say what? Huh. What is the good? It got something to do with being a man and handling your business. What love got to do with that? And it's be yourself. You know what love is. Say it with me one time, you know what love is. Say what? Oh. You know what love is. Whoa. I know I can't afford to stop, but I know much that is so to forget. I know I can't afford to stop, but I know much that is so. Yo, and she came with the same type game, the type of girl giving out the fake cell phone the name. Big fame, she like cash and big names. Jewel ship, money clip, phone flip, 6 range. Seen her on the ass, spotted her more than once. Ass over, spot me like paparazzi. Shot me in the glance, cap on the stands, flat booty pants, hard tan. What's your name, love? Where you came from? Neck and wrist laced up, very little makeup. Swims at the Reebok gym, Tony frame up. Sugar and spice, the only thing that you made up. Tried to play it low key, I couldn't keep it down. Asked her to dance, she was like, yo, I'm leaving now. An hour later, Samsung, Jamaica, sipping Chris Strader, stinking wine and always shut. My fam throwing the jam, BDH, you understand, big things is in the plans. A space for me to move, yo, this my mammal, hey baby, let me introduce you, turn around. Same pretty bird that you probably observed, trying to play me for the herb. Shout to tell she couldn't get it together. I played it longer, pretended I never met her. How you feeling? No, I'm fine, my name is Babe, I'm Sharice. Heard so much good about you, it's nice to finally meet. Yo, I'm like polite, but now I'm looking at it skeptically. Baby girl got all the right weaponry, designer fabric, shoes and accessories. Chiggy eyes, sweet voice, she fucking with me mentally. Conversating made a laugh, yet you know me broke. Even though I'm on the stilo, she's so sweet. About to murk, I say peace to the fam. She hop up like, how you gonna leave before we dance? I know I can't afford to stop, but I know much that it's too soon to forget. I know I can't afford to stop. I know that it's too soon. And then she goes again, the don't see the open in the down the run around me, nigga moving in slow motion whenever she happens to won't mind, but the habit of mine, I over the weed, she got my feeling no matter how much I try. But no, didn't really pursue my little business with persistence. But once I know that she done away, I might just throw my different side is already in mind and wider, I let it together. Money, you do not know me, but I know you very well, and let me see the mother feeling time for you. Automatic is a meditation. Automatic is a trail of tears. Right this way, try and feel. The road so dark, be the light. Shed the light into the dark road. The light's not afraid, that part. Gang, variation theme team. A local dream time always. Address on Spectrum Road. From the rivers of the Tron Rail. Sense over sensation. Sweating on a hot template. Chinese Hill panorama. The silence of the clarion call, waveform, bird songs. Recognition is invitation. Grace a gift you couldn't earn. Thanks again, report the work. Not for free freedom. What you mean? Ask yourself. Look at everything that you desire. Look at the condition that it puts you in. Do you the honest man, Pastor Vickers. Pastor Vickers' friendly neighbor. Mother Mary, native flavor. Local time, all ages. Forever is the current event. Like when this shot is quick. Train trick, sorcerer. Insecure synonym. Frankenstein trying to get it strange. Ain't the source man strange enough? I heard Dilla say turn it up. I heard you twice when you said it first. And that's automatic. Everything is not for sale. Everybody pays the price. To get the automatic, and the automatics, to automatic, no automatics, to automatic. Take a long time to get to the automatic, and automatic. It take time to get the automatic. It take time to get the automatic. Automatic, T got the automatic, Raw got the automatic. Y'all see, you know I'm automatic. No, see we on that automatic. Make some noise if you're automatic.
I think we're supposed to get off right now. Frida, we got like, okay, we got, okay. I think we can do one more song. Let me see what time. See what time it is. Boom, bam.
To the one who has created the all. To the one who has created the all. To the one who has created the all. Whatever you believe, we all shall see. For whatever you believe. To the one who has created the all. You know me better than I know myself. I know myself better than people know me. So forgive me for whatever is known or unknown. Make me better than whatever they say. And do not make me responsible for whatever they say. Amen. 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 Big shout of respect to my sister Maxine in London. We with you. We with you. Our prayers are with you. We love you. I don't want to write this down. I want to say how I feel right now. I don't want to take no time to write this down. Tomorrow may never come. For you or me, life is not promised. Tomorrow may never show up. For you or me, this life is not promised. I ain't no perfect man, I'm trying to do the best that I can with what it is I have. I ain't no perfect man, I'm trying to do the best that I can with what it is I have. Put my heart and soul into it all. I hope you feel me. I mean it's so silly. Tomorrow may never come. For you and me, life is not promised. Tomorrow may never appear. You better hold this very moment very close to you. Very close to you. So close. So close to you. Don't be afraid. Please let it shine. My homie said, shine your light on the world. Shine your light on the world to see. My hobby said, shine your light on the world. Shine your light on the world to see. My homie said, shine your light on the world. Shine your light on the world to see. My hobby said, shine your light on the world. Shine your light on the world to see. Shine your light. Shine your light. Shine your light. Sometimes I get discouraged. I look around and things are so bleak. People are so weak. Time it make you feel like crying. Sometimes my heart get heavy. The time I just wanna leave it, fly away. Passion take over. Feel like a man. Going the same, losing my brain and trying to maintain, doing my thing. Yeah. Put my heart and soul into it, y'all. I pray to God you feel it. The time I don't wanna be bothered. The time I just wanna quiet life. Me and my babies, me and my lady. Sometimes I don't wanna get into no war. Sometimes I don't wanna be no soldier. But homie said, shine your light on the world. What she said? Just what you said, my hobby said, shine your light on the world. What he said? Just what he said, my homie said, shine your light on the world. What she said? Just what she said, my hobby said, shine your light on the world. Keep it bright on the world, shine it right on the world. I want my people to be free, to be free, to be free. Want my people to be free, to be free, to be free. Want my people to be free. To be free, 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 to be free. It's all that matters me. 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 It's all. This all. This all.
Hanging out with us. Really, really, really appreciate it. Well, thank you. I'll be here all week with different bands and shit, so I'll be seeing y'all right up in a minute. Thank you so much. Thank you, North Sea, for having me.
Sexy junkie. soul like a plastic cup. Fantastic. We say, what, you know, this is time. Yeah, you know, this is for y'all to get down right now, 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 right now. The R's magnetic, the flow athletic. Dimensions are effective, whether static or kinetic. It's power past pressure, mass beyond measure. You can place him wherever he best die forever. The fresh, get fresher, yes. Endeavor, the Flacco endeavor, and yes, a pure pleasure to rock. Your pleasure for the pleasure that up. Speed it up and break it down like however you want. I ride around so expedient. Every show you see me in deep concentration, and yes, a pure pleasure to rock. For the pleasure that up. Speed it up and break it down like however you want. So we can roll with the rockers like however it comes. And that's for nobody special and for everyone. I ride around so expedient. Every show you see me in deep concentration. Old school Brooklyn arts. Magnetic flow, athletic dimensions are effective, static or kinetic in its power. Back pressure, mass beyond measure. You can place him wherever he best die forever. The fresh, yes, amped up for the Flacco endeavor. Yes, pure pleasure to rock. For the pleasure that up, I speed it up and break it down like however you want, so we can roll. And like however it come, and that's for nobody special and for everyone. I ride around so it's speeding it. Every show you see me in deep concentration. Old school Brooklyn art. Magnetic flow, athletic dimensions are effective, static or kinetic in its power. Back pressure, mass beyond measure. You can place him wherever he best die forever. The fresh, get pressure, yes, amped up for the Flacco endeavor. Yes, pure pleasure to rock. For the pleasure that out to speed it up and break it down like however you want, so we can roll with the rockers like however it come. And that's for nobody special, never everyone. I ride around so it's immediate. Every show you see me in deep concentration. Home school, Brooklyn. And that's what's up. That's what's up. That's what's up. Now somebody, anybody, everybody. Chill, mellow down, blow a smoke, a smile on my face. It's really no joke. You feel it in the street that people breathe without hope. They going through the motion, dimming down the focus. The focus get cleared and the light turns sharp and the eyes get teary. The mind grow weary. I speak it so clearly, sometimes y'all don't hear me. I push it past the bass note. Nations got to feel me. I feel it in my bones. I'm so wide awake that I'm hardly ever sleep. But I'm forever deep in this volume of scriptures when I breathe on a beat. My presence speak volume before I say a word. I'm everywhere. Penthouse, pavement, and curb. Cradle to the grave, so called teacher of a shell. Universal kid of life, holla black, you know it well. Firestorm, vital form, pin push the right across. Mine is a vital force, high lower right across. Soul is the lion's your voice is the siren. I swing round, ring out, and bring down the tyrant. Chop a small axe and knock a giant lopsided. The world is so dangerous, there's no need for frighten. The suckers trying to hide like the sugar won't find them. Sun bust through the cloud to clearly remind them it's everywhere. Penthouse, pavement, and curb. Cradle to the grave, talk about the children of a shell. Universal kid of life, holla black, you know what it is. You know that They know what it is. We know, y'all know what it is. Ecstatic, here it is. What it is, you know, we know what it is. They know, y'all know what it is. You know.